The aftershock proved to be too much for the makeshift supports. Okay. Let's talk with Aleros. Oh, oops. Watch your step, Fatebinder. The stone sea is a rather steep drop from Aftgate edge. Wouldn't want you to slip off now. Yeah, for strong? Yeah, absolutely. What can a poor trader do for you? This place has been wrecked. And by a Fatebinder like you, no less. No offense to you, of course. You're good justice. But if I ever get my sights on who did this, I'll give him a ripe piece of my mind. The city lost everything to the edict. Her homes, her people, even her name. You can't imagine what it was like to watch her quake and burn. Now that the city's death slide... Now that the city's death slide has settled, we only have to deal with the occasional rumbling. The tremors that come and go like sweeping summer storms. Most blame the disfavored. The Earthshakers are no help at all. The Scarlet Chorus at least want to solve the problem. I hear the folks of Aftgate feel the disfavored are causing problems. Have you come to help then? Those meddling Earthshakers are protecting Cairn, but for the life of me I couldn't tell you why. Maybe they like the trembling he causes every time he rattles and moans. But how are we to rebuild so long as the Archon lives? Aftgate's townfolks sympathizes with the Scarlet Chorus, is that so? Well, we don't like them, but we don't hate them neither. They've got a plan to stop the earth's trembling, so they say, kill Cairn, kill the quakes. Once the land's at rest, we can rebuild and farm again. Have anything noteworthy in stock? Afraid not, I'm plumb out. Well, everything. A bit of gabbing's all I've got to trade at the moment if you're in the market. Nope, I'm not.
Will do.
Oh man, it's gonna be fun. There's a lot of Scarlet Chorus in there.
This'll be fun.
Like I'm literally gonna have me murder my way up. Look at that, I'm not even taking damage right now. I mean, barely. Dude, I'm gonna have so much fun with those spells. Holy shit, we're gonna have some fun. Okay, this is gonna be a little bit more rough. So I might use my skills now. Oh shit. Yep, shit's going down. Look, they're all burning now. I'm blinded too. Look at him go.
Nobody. Anyone else want some of this?
Bro, we're so wrecking him. We completely destroyed them. I didn't even try. I did not even try to do something.
I got it.
I'm not gonna complain, don't get me wrong, but holy hell. Left claw. Examine. The beastman is shackled and cannot move. The beastman lies unbound and unable to move. I know that. I want to examine him. That's all I can do?
I got it.
Why can I not free him? Okay.
Can't do that.
A home lays flattened by the quake that shattered Aftgate. The majority of the structures here stood no chance against the strength of the tremors. Hold on. Okay. Save. This is going well so far. Man, we're wrecking this town.
On it. Take that.
I like that they don't have like mana. I like that in those games. I hate when people, you know, when your characters have mana and then you're stuck, right? You can't do, like, you can do only like a short amount of spell and then you can't do anything else. You know? Oh, dude, I'm gonna love our playthrough of Pillars. Being a cipher is gonna be so interesting. Mainly because we'll be able to just like inflict like a bunch of status ailment. I'm down with that. These dangling ropes served as the last desperate attempts to keep homes together following the collapse. The aftershock proved to be too much for the makeshift supports. Again? The same thing? Okay. Sure, bro. Sure, bruh. Must be my lucky day. The Crimson Spear cocks her helm hidden face to the side, studying you warily. I get to bathe my Arabella in a Fatebinder's blood. She stumps into a hip-squared crouch and pivots her long spear over her head. As her hand movement speed, the brown spear begins to whomp and snap at the air. She surveys the ruin you've wrought on her town. The wake of bodies and blood you've churned their feet, and her stance stifens. Stifles. Her gripe tightens on her spear until her arms are woefully shaking. I haven't clawed my friends to the bone. I haven't slaughtered those who plagued my dreams just to be washed away by a Karos-damned Fatebinder. I'll make you regret it. You hear me? I'll make you regret ever coming here. Her name is Misery. It's pretty awesome. She slaps her spear against the ground, loud as a whip crack, and her arms shudder from the force as the aft ricochets back into the air. She laughs, clamorous and throaty, and pleased, eager to test her prowess against you. Any last words? Bledenmark sends his regards. And a blade for my throat. She cracks her neck and shrugs. Well, I don't see him, or any particular deathly-looking shadows here. Do you? She lunges for you without further warning, fast as lightning, and followed by a thunderous crack of a spear. I don't fear the darkness fears me.
Another demi.
I wholeheartedly disagree, bro. But, sure, man. You can, whatever. Whatever you want. Whatever you want. That didn't quite work out as I wanted it to be.
Will do.
Bro, is he gonna survive?
This weapon.
Are we not? Let's move closer, guys. Okay. Okay. Because honestly, for a second there, I thought...
weapon for the job. I need to try something else.
Take that!
You have eyes on this?
Bro, we are
Wrong weapon for the
murdering
job. I
them.
need to try something else. Watch and learn. I need to try a different tactic. This isn't working.
Dude. Oh, that was awesome. As you slay the last of the Scarlet Chorus, gangsters that terrorized Halfgate, the town's residents once more emerge from their homes. Vendor stalls are reopened for business, children play in the rubble-filled roads, and a crowd gathers in the village square as daily life in the ruins of Azure resumes. Oh, that's right. That was Azure before.
This is what Kairos' edict looks like. Remind me not to look down.
I wonder how effortless all this destruction is for Kairos.
With a single spell, the Overlord destroys the most fertile lands in the tiers. Such a waste.
Okay. I mean, we'll certainly rest. Because why the hell not? Plus, that makes it so that our item will be ready. Okay, it's up to you. Hey, Gran. You're the fight binder that everyone's been talking about. Is there something I can do for you? What do you do in the Halfgate? A little bit of everything, really. I'm decently handy with tools, and the buildings here are always in need of repairs. What can I do for you? What can you tell me about those who would defy Kairos in this realm? The beastmen are the ones who oppose Kairos in these parts. We're standing on the bones of Azure, but below that are the ruin of the beastmen ancestral territory. When the realm of Azure rose in power, they enslaved the hideous creatures and consigned them to lives of hard labor. Ever since Cairn fell and the edict devastated the land, the beastmen have started to reclaim the Stone Sea. If you find yourself in their presence, tread with caution. The beastmen are territorial and resort to violence with little provocation. Okay, there's something wrong here, is that I can't ask the freaking question to everybody, which I don't want to do. So, speech to Mark's agent, Agrin. Oh, that's his name. That's Agrin. Okay. Blended Mark sends his regard. I'm looking for the Azure Shield. The man's tanned, weathered cheeks scrunch into a deeply lined scowl. He crosses his arms over his chest. Who? Blended Mark also wanted me to tell you this is your chance to see your wife again. I see. He blinks away a stab of fear. 1 second the emotion is visibly there, the next it's gone. I had no idea you were also in his service. In any case, the beastmen of Stone Down. The territory of Stone Down is a dangerous gorge recently reclaimed by the Stone Stalker, following the Edict of Stone Casting. The Stone Stalker tribe have the artifact. Their Prima, 100 Blood, keeps it well guarded. What use would the beastmen have of an Azure relic? It's a matter of pride, Fatebinder. To them, the Stone Sea is theirs. If a shiny shield of iron is found, well, that's theirs too. How should I go about acquiring the artifact from 100 Blood? Spilling her blood would be the most direct solution. Of course, no easy task there. He taps his finger against his lips. It also might be possible to arrange for a trade, but who knows what a beastman could possibly want. So what's going on with your wife? This time it's both shock and rage that flashes over his face before he manages to cool his expression. Voice low, he seethes. What the fuck do you think, Fatebinder? Look, even if you mean well, the best way to help me with it is just to get your information and move on. Do what the Archon of Shadows want, and me and Elaine will be just fine. Sorry, if there's anything I can do, I will. He spits at the ground. His green eyes search your face before he scuffs a sandal over the moist dirt. But in the end, he just shakes his head silent. That's all I needed to know. How did you enter Blendenmark's service? was a few years back. I came home and the place was quiet. You know, the kind of quiet that crawls all over your skin. He shrugs as if to shake the feeling. It was dark inside and empty, aside from the shadow of a man. I thought he'd come to kill me, but he just asked if I wanted to become part of a greater cause. I mean, how could I say no to that? He makes an appearance once in a while and asks me about things that have been going on in Afgate, and I do my best to keep him filled in. Nothing more to it than that. He scratches at the back of his neck and glances to his feet, uncomfortable in the moment of silence that stretches following his explanation. By makes an appearance, you mean continues to hold family member hostage. You said it, not me. He pins you with a bitter stare. Either way, for both of our sakes, it's better if I don't talk about it. You know as well as I do, Brendan Marks may be watching. Dude, at this point, I'd be willing to try my hand at Brendan Marks.
Yes.
It's up to Isadora. Okay, she doesn't have anything to say, apparently. Maybe for another quest. Let's go to this house. Don't know what it is. Or rather, I don't know what's in there. A person named Skovic.
Interesting.
Fatebinder of Tunon, mercy, please, mercy, kill me and my torment, I'm begging you. Ye dry wretches, quivering and covered in blood. Oh God. I can free you. Well, that's better than death, I suppose. I don't know where I will go, but I guess it's time I decided. Maybe the Bastard City. Thank you for your help. Oh no. Oh, it's a disfavored. Oh. Cedra's house. Let's reload. I didn't realize it was a disfavored. I should have paid more attention. I thought it was a sage for a second there. If it's a disfavored, I'm killing him right there. Beric won't like me, but yeah.
Right.
What's this?
See what I see?
Scroll. Bounding Bolts 1. Okay.
Can't do that.
Grab him by the collar and bash his head against the wall until he dies.
Fatality.
Well, that was rude, but I liked it. I liked it. Oh, Sarah. Warm regards, Master Fatebinder. How do you do? I haven't seen many folks the likes of you around here. Then again, most of the folks I've been bumping into lately are the Scarlet Chorus. They're not the likes of anything but rotten. Anything I can do for a nice gentleman like you. What can you tell me about the Scarlet Chorus' presence here? Only that they'd been mucking about, stirring up trouble for weeks, trying to conscript the lot of us. I'm glad you rid us of them. Us gentle folks didn't like their methods, Fatebinder. Granted, some prefer the company of the chorus to the disfavored, and I don't blame them. If all the chorus wanted was to save the land as they proclaimed, I'd be happy to aid them, too. But with the way they were seeking to swell their ranks, I think they've got another agenda in the Stone Sea. And what would that be? Everyone knows there's herd shakers camped at the Howling Rock. Whatever they're tinkering with there, the Scarlet Chorus want to stop it. Or maybe they just want to cause bloodshed. Either way, they need the bodies for an attack, wouldn't they? What can you tell me about the disfavored's operation at Howling Rock? A group of disfavored entrenched themselves at Howling Rock not so long ago. Damned Earthshakers won't leave no matter what we've tried. She sniffs primly, indignant at the remembrance. Whatever they're doing to that rumbling Archon, it's making the earthquakes worse. We'd be happy to be rid of them, if only to calm the land. I doubt this woman knows the first thing about arcane theory, but she's probably not wholly wrong in her speculation. The Overlord's magical edict is the true source of the tremors. No simple mage could shake the land on this scale, but no doubt the Earthshakers are playing some dangerous game with magic well beyond their ken. Anything I can do for a nice gentleman like you? Yeah, say I want to help around town. What can I do? Stopping the quakes would be a blessing, that's for sure. Don't guess you've any thoughts on how to do that, do you? The Scarlet Chorus claimed to have a plan before you killed them. Catching herself, she coughs uncomfortably before dabbing at the corner of her mouth with a tattered rag. Now, I didn't mean nothing by that, Master Fatebinder. Even if you hadn't come along, I wouldn't trust much in the Chorus' promise. Sure, there've others out there in the Stone Sea, but who knows what they're capable of, if anything. That's all for now. Let's see down there. There's Marisa, which I don't know. No mercy for murderers. Death to the beasts. Put him to the rope. Hang him by his hairy throat. We'll have our justice. What's happened here? What's all the excitement about? A group of our boys, with some help from the chorus, caught the beast just outside the town. They found him like that, fur all matted with blood and gore from hunting down humans. Just look at his snout, still stained with his wretched dinner. The woman shudders and touches a grubby handkerchief to her mouth. She blots at her upper lip, pale faced and swearing to the Archons. I wish he'd choke on it. Wretched? I'm told man tastes a bit gamey, but wretched seems like needless hyperbole. It's not that far off from elk or loris, from what I'm told. In fact, I've read that the Vatna tribe called humans slow loris on account of its taste and ease of capture. Never thought I'd be happy to have had the chorus around, but for once they did us right. Now that all that's left is to see the brute killed. She sniffs and gives a curt nod. Of course, with the chorus gone, now we'll have to do it ourselves. And you sure he's killed human? Someone witnessed it or otherwise found proof? You stuffed in beastmen or something, Fatebinder? You'd rather side with them than humans. That killer was found with blood all over his face and paws, right outside the gates. Who else you think he ate if it weren't one of us? That monster killed and ate a human, and you call yourself a steward of justice. Well, go on then. Deliver that beast a well-deserved death. For justice to properly be served, he deserves either a Fatebinder's arbitration or a fair trial. That's so, Fatebinder. Why don't you go and ask some of the others around then? See how many of us are interested in your thoughts on justice. She glowers, hands bunching the fabric of her dress as she adds, "You don't deserve to walk free and you know it. By my authority as a Fatebinder of Tunon, I will act as educator in this situation, attempt to disrupt my duty to the court, and you will suffer the consequences." The woman pales and takes an unconscious step back. What will you do, Fatebinder? Do you mean to find him innocent? With the lack of physical evidence, I will hear the people's testimony and judge the beastmen in accordance with Karos' custom. Speak with beastmen. As you approach, you take a good look at the area where the townspeople have chained a beastman brutally and on display like some kind of public attraction. He watches his tormentors, visibly exhausted and weary, battered and bloodied, and stinking of urine and old meat. This is how I would see the miserable creatures, humbled and instructed in their place. To offer them anything more invites anarchy. The beastman snarls and snaps at you, drooling tiredly as he strains against his bonds. His eyes are wide with fear, but his limbs droop tiredly and his whole body trembles. Back away or lose both oh no, hold on. Back away or lose both life and limb. Left claw still has killing teeth. Can still maim human. Calm down and tell me what's happened. Help, Left Claw! He whines, all the bravado draining from him. Why have humans hunted Beastmen? Beastmen has never bothered human. Knows to leave alone. Humans claim Beastmen killed settlers, but Beastmen has only hunted brown boar. Stonestalkers don't eat meat for humans, they'll settlers. He growls, angry and afraid. Left Claw is good hunter. Tracked boar for tribe, but got bit by Iron Maw near ridge to human den. Bled and bled. Thought would have to rip through leg. The sun woke and humans came howling threats. Call me curious, but why are you named Left Claw? Left Claw is best claw. Blood sisters and blood brothers use right claw most when hunting, but beastmen learn Left Claw is faster, Left Claw is stronger. Okay. The settlers are convinced, but I'm willing to consider all sides. The beastman eyes darts between you and the crowd. Yes, Left Claw speaks true. Perhaps humans will free best beastmen. What fate has human decided? Before I make my decision, I'd like to hear more evidence on the matter. Proof? Proof of beastman's mistake? Of beastman's shame? Of being caught like prey? Left Claw cannot show boar's carcass to human, rot's milling chorus pack burn carcass to hurt blood and ash. But human can see where trap gnawed into Left Claw's ankle, yes? Can see how beastman was tricked. He's a beast and he was caught coated in blood. What more evidence of guilt could you need? And besides, it was the chorus that dragged him in. They saw his guilt firsthand. The chorus? You mean the ones you watched me kill while you cowered from the shadows? No, I don't think they'll be offering testimony on the matter. She pales and stumbles a step backwards, but the body in the raucous crowd behind her jostle her forward. What do you mean for the matter? Of course, you're the authority on the matter. With Lord Tunon's power, you can see to the truth of things, even hidden ones. I know, I've heard the northern stories. How many villages have disappeared within the last span? Were any bones found from their bodies? Who doesn't disappear these days? We've lost so many I can't scarcely keep count. Scavengers set for the valley but never return. Even the skilled ones, like Dracod, have surely been eaten. All any of you have is hearsay on either sides. You saying our word's not good enough, Fatebinder. You'd rather take the word of a mongrel. Fueled by her indignation, she tries to step forward through the raucous crowd, but trips and falls, knocked aside by a shouting, red-faced man. You trying to get us killed? You want to get a new edict cast on us, or worse? The beastman's broad chest heaves as his fear ratchets up and he pants rapidly, struggling to breathe. What will human do with Left Claw? Either free beastmen or end beastman's suffering. I have no sympathy for bigots. You are free to go, and if the crowd bothers you, they can deal with me. Really? It's true? He whimpers and quivers with gratitude, eyes darting in search of the easiest escape route. Left Claw won't forget help from human. Cool. I can't believe you freed that monster. Fatebinder, we both know that the beastmen are a plague on our culture. We can't hope to restore our former glory while they think us little more than prey. They should be hunted to extinction or groveling at our feet, not left to seek bloody vengeance on us. Where is justice to be found if not in your ruling? Questioning me is a good way to find yourself pilloried. No questions. No need to make matters worse. As far as I'm concerned, our business is done. Between contributing to the downfall of our culture and getting sanctimonious in your defense, you've done quite enough harm today. Farewell. Bro, I will murder everybody in town if they don't stop. I don't care. I decide. Talk to Grayson. Fatebinder, Slayer of Quarrymen, Keeper of the Peace. He rushes towards you with his arms outstretched and grips you tightly around your waist before realizing his intrusion. He quickly backs away and pats away some of the dust he left behind. So many different faces come through this town, but how could I miss the one who single-handedly slayed those gangsters? Seems every other day we got new scavengers or artifacts hunters or just completely odd folks coming through these parts.